kid growing up, all the contrails behind jets usually stayed up in the sky and dissipated very rapidly, but today they don't, and I've heard all kinds of theories about spraying going on and whatnot. I also have heard that respiratory ailments are up about 600% in the New England area, asthmatics and everything having a terrible time, so maybe there's something going on, I don't really know, but I do know one thing: the activity of all the jets and everything and what's happening behind them doesn't seem natural to me, and I think that it should be looked into. You know, the government should look into it, or somebody should look into it, and at least give us some sort of answer. You know, maybe the atmosphere is just so screwed up that regular jet activity is creating these things, and it's just a natural thing now. I don't know. If it is, then why isn't that being explained to us? It just seems like there's a lot of unanswered questions.
We're talking with a young lady from Newburyport, is it, I believe? And as you know, we've been observing some suspicious aerial activity with aircraft laying some strange patterns out in the sky, and I thought I might get your opinion on what you think is going on and what it might mean.
Well, I started noticing it a few years ago, and it's gotten more and more obvious and more prevalent now that I live here in coastal New England. Pretty much every day when I'm on my way to work, I work up in Portsmouth, I see grids being laid down in the sky. Initially, I thought it was just regular exhaust from jetliners because Pease Air Force Base is there, and down in Newburyport I thought maybe it was just exhaust from jetliners from Logan. Then I started comparing the two, and it's an obvious difference. The trails that I see are white, billowy, they last for hours. I've gone out and actually taken pictures of them. We live near a place called Plum Island, and I've gone out to the island and taken pictures of them, and then gone back, walked the beach and come back an hour later and taken pictures and compared, and the trails are spreading out, but they're still there. I did a little internet research. I really don't know what it is. I've heard some theories about weather modifications, but the thing that I find most curious is when I talk to people and ask most people if they've seen it or noticed it, people must not look up because nobody's really noticed it. And the other thing is people are pretty unconcerned, which I find a little bit alarming that this could be going on right in plain sight, polluting our skies daily, and nobody's really concerned. So I'm in the process of doing research, and I just wish more people would become aware and look up and start asking questions of our government officials as to what this is all about.
Sir, I ask you again, can you give us any of your thoughts on the activity that we seem to be seeing in the skies lately.
Yes, I'd be happy to do so. And I don't know the answer to what's going on up there, but something is going on. Lately, I've been observing, and this is probably over the past maybe year or so, a lot of so-called chemtrails or contrails, and we never had that sort of phenomenon before. Once they go over, these things hang out. They seem to persist for a long period of time. In addition to which, the whole pattern of the weather in the terms of cloud formations and overcasts and so forth have changed dramatically as a result of this activity. As I say, I don't really know what's causing it. There's a lot of suspicions. I'd love to find out more. I guess some of the information that's been published on the internet has been very helpful in terms of research, but I wish I could know exactly what it was. And there's a lot of theory, a lot of supposition, a lot of talk and interest in this. And of course we can't look to the government to tell us anything, because they have denied any culpability or any involvement, and they simply say could be anything: weather conditions, climatic conditions, fuel, altitude of the aircraft. Something's going on up there. I'd love to know more.
As they said, two can play, but keep that song